It's important to connect to yourself daily, to wake up your inner being, to become one with the Most High and your inner self, to set positive intentions for today, to address the trauma that lies within you, to open your heart to new possibilities, and to reach your highest potential. Every day is a journey, so it's important to start from the positive and intentional place. Love and light.
Peace and love, family. Peace and love. I hope that you all are having an amazing day. If you're not there, I hope that you're listening to your mind, your body, and your spirit to get to that place of peace, that place of purpose, that place of passion. Whatever it is that you desire, I hope that you're listening to yourself. However, I am having an amazing day. I am actually on a fast for 7 days. Um, and I usually do this. I'm especially doing this now since I've had the baby. I can do things like this as far as it pertains to food. While I was pregnant, I did a few different fasts with my, cutting social media, cutting technology, that type of thing, solitude and things like that. But this time, it's more of a meatless diet that I'm on. So, yes, I am excited about that. I have my intention set for what I desire for this fast to do for me as I sacrifice some things. Okay, so as I said, I am doing well. The sun is shining today in Washington State. I've been waiting for this weather to come in, even though we probably have a short time before we move. But yes, let's just get right into it. So today, I just want to kind of talk about, and I really have no plans of how this video would go, per usual, okay? But I want to talk about how you have the answers. When I was in meditation this morning, that kept coming up, and there's a few things that I want to do with this topic for me and for others in hopes to inspire people, but you have the answers. And I'll start with just saying a lot of times when we go through life and we're going through, and please disregard the people cutting the grass outside. But a lot of times we disregard our own feelings, our own guts, our own intuition as we move through our daily lives. We could be dealing with relationship issues, mental illness issues, just anything that could possibly be a dilemma in your life. We tend to gravitate towards other people for answers. Now, I'm not saying that that's a wrong thing. I'm saying that sometimes we don't gravitate towards the right people and the right resources for answers. And I get it. A lot of us, I don't even want to say us because I'm speaking from terms of the people out there. So a lot of people tend to not believe in therapy, tend to not trust it, or tend to not um, trust a person who kind of moves in a direction where they're moving from a loving place or a positive place. We tend to probably go towards someone who will take our side in a drama situation or take our side to prove us right, even when we could be wrong. So instead of going to a person or some type of resource to find truth, we usually try to find something that only hype us up in our wrong ways of thinking. Okay, so you have the answers. I get it. You can go to your friends if your friends are a person of truth, or a person of love. You can go to a therapist. You can go to these resources and these people, but you can also go to yourself. You have the answers. When God created us, He created us in His image, right? As we all know. And so a lot of us aren't operating off of that because we haven't woken up that side of ourselves. But when waking up this side of yourself, it requires truth. it requires you having a responsibility at that point, and it requires simply a transformation. But a lot of people aren't willing to do the work simply because they're running from the truth. Running from the truth. People are so focused on, what's the word? Finding the wrong in others instead of making what's wrong within you right. So when we aren't focused on ourselves, there's no way that we'll get to a place where we can go to ourselves, which is going to God and sitting with that and getting the answers that you need, getting the things out of life that you want. A lot of people are settling for the lives that they have when they can have so much more. And I'm not talking about material when I mean more. I'm talking about more abundance and love, peace within, okay? Compassion for yourself and compassion for others. A lot of people think that they're going to lose a part of themselves, the part where I guess it's the turn up. And you don't have to lose that part of yourself, but trust me, that part of you will change because you will no longer feel the need to abuse certain things because you will be able to actually sit with yourself and enjoy that side of you. So we need to get to a place where we trust our own instincts and we trust our own gut when it's time to live actual life and make decisions and heal from an inner point, okay? An inner point. And what I said is that requires truth. You have to be able to walk in truth, speak truth, and receive the truth. A lot of people cannot receive the truth. That's why we run from it, because we don't want to face our truths, because sometimes our truths does not feel good. Our truths make us, it sit us down. Trust me, I know. I've been walking this walk. Our truths will sit you down. You hear me? But it's healing. Your truth will heal you. And a lot of people aren't able to heal because they're running away from the truth. And the truth could be anything. The truth could just simply be that you're traumatized from an abuse that happened years ago. The truth could be that you still haven't forgiven your husband or your wife who cheated on you. The truth could be that you're jealous of a friend of yours. The truth could be that you are operating, the truth could be that you're in a job that financially satisfies you, but not emotionally and mentally feeding you. Those are truths. Those are truths. And when we get to a place where we can show up and say, yeah, I'm not okay with that. Yeah, I have this boundary now that you cannot speak to me this way, or what, we cannot continue to operate off of false realities. That's not what the mission is. That's not what God desires for us. Now, I get it. And I say this a lot. A lot of people won't get it this lifetime. You can mind you, she just had to be up here with me. But yes, it's some people that just won't get it this lifetime. And it's something that I had to understand as it pertains to family, friends. Okay, I am not the savior. I am my savior. I had to make the decision to change. I had to make the decision to get closer to God. I had to make the decision to sit with myself, to be with God. It's a decision, and that choice has to be yours. There's no way a person can groom you to get to that. You have to look for it, and you have to search that, and it will come to you. That's why when you see creators and people come on here speaking, and they may have they're building their community or they're building their following, it's not to get people that you know to come with you. It's to inspire the people who's ready to come with you. Okay? Because trust me, I've seen it. And the thing with being in truth, you will not be able to tolerate people and things that you used to tolerate. It's is a part of growth. It is a part of growth. And sometimes that it could be messy. Sometimes it could be hard to release that part of your life. But in order to grow, in order to receive the abundance of love and attract the people who are energetically for you, you have to release the ones who aren't energetically for you. And what I mean by energetically is the vibes and what people are operating in. Are they operating in fear? Are they operating with drama? Are they operating with envy, jealousy, greed? You have to release those things from your life, because it's going to be an unbalancing situation. And the thing about this lifestyle here is finding balance. You have to find balance. And when you're operating with things or people that's not on the same frequency with you, you tend to get to a place of mingling with your own energy. It affects your own energy. It affects your vibes. So when you go to yourself to look for answers or seek answers, it may not be true. It could be the flesh. It could be the ego. It could be pride at that point, because people who operate off of those things that I just said operate off of flesh and ego and those types of things. And when you learn to release those, and you're moving your vibrations up and your faith up, then you're no longer operating off of those. So if you're still entertaining people of those labels, and I don't usually like to do labels, we're just gonna call it what it is, then that's messing with your inner spirit. That's messing with your inner spirit. And then when you try to go to yourself, or you go into meditation, or you usually is operating from a gut instinct or intuition instinct, they could mess with your answers. They can mess with I don't know how I want to say that, but they can mess with the information that you receive from within. Yes, that's how I would like to say that. They can mess with the information that you receive from within. They can make you think that you're in presence with the Most High at that point, and you may not be. So, truth is what gets you there. Babe, you need something? Oh, okay. So, yes, that truth is what sets you free, literally. And another point is, when understanding that you have the answer, it's a level of faith that you have to have. And I don't even want to use the term level of faith, just faith, period. Okay, because it's just faith, period. All right. So it takes time to release fear. It takes time to get to a place where you're operating off of just walking blindly in the presence of the Most High, and just knowing for a fact that what you see to be true, what you believe to be true, it is true. That takes a lot too, because you have people who practice you have people who go to church, and it's no disrespect to them, but aren't operating off of total faith. All right. And sometimes you can be in a blind leading a blind situation. So that's why it is so important to get to a place where you know you have the answers. You know who God is for you, not who God is for everybody else, who God is for you. Because to know Him is to know yourself, meaning that you will have the answers, and God will direct you to whatever it is that you need. But you have to come to a place of faith. You have to understand that what you feel is to be true. What you feel is to be true. And to know that everything's a journey. Let me tell you, God has been trying to teach me compassion. And He has taught that to me. Through life lessons, though. That's where we get everything that we need. Our journey through life. And it took me a minute, because he used my child to get me there, because it's more that He wants me to do with compassion. And I've been doing the work, and I finally see the results from the work that I had to do. Was it a pretty situation? No, not all the time. Was it a lot of tears? Yes, it was, because we're parenting different than how I was parenting, okay? And so that requires faith, that requires patience, and it also requires compassion. For real. Compassion is you stepping aside and allowing the person to feel their feelings without being offended, and offering love in those moments, even when love is not being given to you or you're being pushed away. All right? So that's one of the blessings I would say when you're walking in truth. It's to understand the lesson that God needs you to learn in those moments in order to grow. Because I know there's something big going on in my life. I know there's something greater coming. So I'm willing to do the work. And I just want to inspire others to get to that place of doing the work. Nothing in life is easy. Like when you went to get your college degree, or you go to work every day in weird circumstances. It's not easy, right? And it may be you working against yourself, because maybe that's not what it is that you're supposed to do. But since we're fear-driven, or you're fear-driven, it's hard to trust that God has something better for you. You have the answers within you. Are you operating off of your true self? Are you operating within your dreams, your passions? Or are you just showing up every day to be a slave? Okay? You're not meant to be that. You're not meant to be walking. We all have struggles. The goal is to overcome the struggles, not figure out how to live with the struggles, how to overcome them. Okay? I probably went all over the place with this, but the main message is you have the answers. That's what the main message is. You have the answers. You have to go within to find the answers. And going within to find the answer is solitude. It's changing. It's being the change that you want to see. And a lot of times we're so focused on changing everybody else. That person should do this. That person should do that. Why are they doing this? Why? Judgment. Stop it. Okay? When you get the feeling that you want to change somebody outside of yourself, that means you need to change. When you start judging people for how they're living and what they're doing, you need to change. Okay? I guess that's all I got for today. But yes, meditate, pray. Ask yourself, what is my purpose here in this life form right now? Am I operating off of truth? And be truthful. Obviously, a lot of y'all know the answers to that. Are you entertaining gossip? Are you entertaining drama? Now's the time to make the change. Look, life is going, but you can have so much more. You can have so much more if you just trust yourself. Trust your own inner instincts. But in order to do that, you have to release the negativity out of your life. You have to release the fear. Okay? Release the old ways and become the new part of yourself. Okay? But yeah, they out there working. They out there working. They right here in front of my house. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go and go be love, go be light, go be peace, so that you can receive love, light, peace. Peace.